As AI or artificial intelligence continues to advance, it's becoming increasingly clear that it has the potential to disrupt many industries. I mean, it is so advanced and omnipresent now that at least for one field today, that the way we work and the way we study has totally changed. Now, mind you, I've always been a pure advocate that a machine won't be able to fully replicate what a human can do, especially if that human has got a lot of experience in the job. But when this one thing happened, I began to wonder when, not if, the day of the Terminator or iRobot will arrive. Now, I'm not discussing about robots doing chores for you in this video. I'm talking about how everyone and anyone with an internet and a phone can get some free services that digital freelancers have been offering all these years. And I dare say, many of what you get that I have personally gotten from AI is better than even some experienced humans. Hey, I'm Differenter Colin, and in this episode of My Thoughts Season 3, let's talk about how AI is making many freelancers jobless. Now, let's scope what we are discussing about here. And because my company deals with video production and digital marketing, I'll touch on three aspects of AI here: images, writing, and video. But first, let's define exactly what do we mean by AI. Now, AI refers to the ability of a machine or computer system to perform tasks that would normally require human intelligence, such as learning, problem solving, and decision making. Now, there are various types of AI, including narrow or weak AI, which is designed to perform a specific task, and general or strong AI, which has the ability to perform any intellectual task that a human can do. Now, we are referring to the latter category in this discussion. So let's begin our discussion with AI images here first, by starting with these images. Now, honestly, there's nothing much to shout about here, as you can see that these images are rather amateurish and look fake. But the reality is that AI painted these images in mere seconds, and you can throw in just about anything. This software is called DALL-E, and literally any literal words can be translated into art. Now, for instance, here's how DALL-E depicts behind the scenes video production in space. Another popular AI art app is Lensa, and I'm quite certain you might have seen your friends putting up digital art portraits of themselves on social media. Here are some of mine, and here are some of my wife's, Jessica's. Well, not always perfect, right? This app generated 220 images for me in under 20 minutes. So how do I use them? Well, as I know how to edit images in Photoshop, I was able to create season greeting cover photos like these. Now, the crux of this video isn't on AI created images, because although it is fun to generate crazy random art pieces or portraits of ourselves in fantasy or anime costumes, right? These don't help us much in business, at least not for me. But freelance artists will get somewhat affected. You know, those artists on the streets who draw a caricature of you and your family, right? Yes, I'm seeing that if they don't do anything different, AI will effectively render them jobless. But I'm going to talk more about AI writing, particularly in content writing field. So if you're a content writer, you should be afraid, at least cognizant, that your job is at risk of being replaced by a machine. Because with AI's advancement in writing today, I wonder how content writers can do to stay relevant and competitive. I think for the majority of them, right, AI writing might just spell the end of their content writing profession as we know it. How? Well, one of the primary ways that AI is effectively taking over content writing field is by automating the writing process. Now, AI-powered content generators are able to produce high-quality articles blog posts, and even news articles by analyzing patterns in existing content and using this information to create new and original content. As AI becomes more advanced, right, it may even take on more complex tasks such as writing research papers or even creative content like poetry or fiction without the need for human input. And AI can produce content much faster than humans, which means more content generated in the same time that a human can. Much more. For instance, a totally original 2,000 word blog post can be generated by AI in less than 3 minutes, as opposed to some 3 days for a human who needs to research, curate, write, and then edit the post. Arguably, AI can produce content more accurately than humans, and it is not prone to mistakes or errors. Now, granted, AI crawls the internet for content, so it is at the mercy of the accuracy of the source content. But honestly, right, so do human content writers. You just don't know how many times I was played out by human writers presenting totally wrong facts because they did their research wrongly. Simply for this point, I would choose AI generated content over human created ones, at least for the initial draft, as there is likely less need to majorly revise or edit the work. So ultimately, AI is affecting the content writing field by increasing competition. As AI becomes more widely available and free, more businesses and organizations are and will be using it to produce content, which can make it harder for human content writers to find work. This increased competition can also lead to downward pressure on fees, as businesses will be more inclined to use AI or even pay nominally for AI generated content than for content produced by humans. So why should you fear AI writing, especially if you're a content writer? Well, what if I told you that this script that you're hearing is 70% written by AI? Let me show you. Now, if this is the first time you are seeing this software at work, you'll likely be as amazed as me when I first learned about it in late 2022. And I've been using ChatGPT, that's the software's name, in many of my script and post writing tasks since, at least for the research and first draft. In fact, ChatGPT is so powerful that it can revise scripts to create attention-grabbing introductions. Put in emotional words. Writing counter arguments along the way also. And moreover, if you code, this software can do the coding for you, even for coding an entire website. Now, if you think about it, the way we research for content, the way we write drafts, scripts, copies and papers, the way we edit, the way we seek for second opinions, all this can be changed forever. Even students can use this tool to submit their book reviews, answer their literature essay questions, and even write some form of thesis papers for them. I mean, my daughter has asked ChatGPT if Shylock is a good or bad person in The Merchant of Venice in 400 words, no less. This way, schools will be forced to rethink how they grade students in answering their questions. And in my opinion, if our education system is still forcing students to memorize texts, they deserve to be ousted in the society. So, how do you think a humble content writer who charges $5 on Fiverr to write a 500-word article on a generic topic will fare? The scary truth is that they will be out of job. So, at this point, what can human content writers do to stay relevant and competitive in the face of this technological revolution? Well, I believe there are still some way out. Well, at least for a year, maximum 18 months, while they better plan to pivot to do something else. Meanwhile, one option for them is to focus on tasks that are difficult and impossible for AI to do. For example, tasks that require human interaction, such as maybe writing copies for marketing materials or creating content for social media that are specific to a market. Like for instance, writing about the property or tuition scenes in Singapore is likely to remain in demand for the foreseeable future, as AI won't be able to accurately conform to our regulations and idiosyncrasies. And content writers, right, who are skilled at this market can still differentiate themselves from AI-powered solutions and find work more easily. But the inevitable reality is freelance writers better start upskilling and learning new skills that will make them more competitive in the industry. Maybe this could include learning how to use AI tools and technologies, or maybe developing expertise in areas where AI is not yet able to compete with humans, such as creative writing or storytelling. So really, AI is making human content writers redundant in a number of ways, including automating the writing process and increasing competition in the job market. I mean, I'm already worried that our freelance content writer in our company could be made redundant because whatever he could do, right, ChatGPT can do it thousands of times faster and for free. So anyway, back to the main topic, which we have discussed about AI generated images and AI generated writing. Now the third field is AI generated video. But before that, right, will you help me to subscribe to my channel here so that you will not miss the next few videos that I prepared for you in the series? Anyway, AI generated videos. Now, because we at Lensa are primarily heavy on video production, should we be worried? Now, know that there already exist AI videos in the form of Google's emergence videos. Now, here are some of them. Now, if you thought the DALL-E images look gnarly, right? These videos look like they are drawn by a 4-year-old. But you know what? 4-year-olds, they will grow up very fast. And their ability to draw will improve very quickly. And we're talking about machines here, so their growth will take much less time. So yes, I'm concerned. But in the foreseeable future, that's maybe 3 years, I don't think AI videos can compete with what we can offer to our clients. But beyond this 3-year horizon, who knows what will happen? Well, for one, digital artists and content writers, even copywriters, will find it exponentially difficult to find work, especially the newer writers, the newer artists. Only the most experienced and best artists and writers will remain to compete with machines that won't get tired learning how to become better. And so this will be the same for the video production businesses in perhaps the next, I would say, 5 to 8 years. As a result, I am on my toes already, starting this year thinking hard how else we can pivot before the Terminator and iRobot robocalypse happens. So if you like this topic or have been engaged, you probably want to watch me talk about how difficult clients are in this video, or how Facebook is dead in this one. So until the next video, I'm Defender Colin, and this is My Thoughts Season 3.